Bulls are not enraged by the color red. They are colorblind and respond to movement instead. In fact, matadors use the red cape for dramatic effect as it contrasts well against the bull's coat. The direction in which toilet water spins is not determined by hemisphere, but by the toilet's design and water flow. Eating at night does not make you gain more weight than eating during the day. It's about overall calorie intake. Shaving does not make hair grow back thicker or darker. It just appears so because of the blunt ends. Cracking your knuckles does not lead to arthritis or joint problems. It's harmless. The sound is caused by bubbles bursting in the synovial fluid, which lubricates joints. The Great Wall of China is not visible from the moon. However, some astronauts have noted that it can be seen from low Earth orbit under certain conditions. A penny drop from the Empire State Building can't kill someone. It might sting but isn't lethal due to air resistance slowing its fall, preventing it from gathering enough force to be deadly. The belief that oiling a squeaky hinge makes it worse over time is false. Oiling reduces friction and prolongs the hinge's life. The tongue map showing specific taste areas, sweet, sour, salty, bitter, is a misconception. Taste receptors are distributed across the entire tongue. Bananas do not grow on trees. They grow on large herbaceous plants that are classified as herbs. Reading in dim light does not ruin your eyesight, though it can cause temporary eye strain. The idea that dogs only see in black and white is a myth. They can see various shades of blue and yellow. Einstein did not fail math in school. In fact, he excelled in mathematics and physics from a young age. Earth is not the only planet with water. Mars and Jupiter's moon Europa also have water. Bats are not blind. They use echolocation to navigate. Their vision is adapted to low light conditions. Dogs do not sweat through their tongues. They pant to cool down but sweat through paw pads. There is no fixed requirement to drink 8 glasses of water a day. Hydration needs vary by individual, and factors like climate, activity level, and overall health can influence the amount of water one needs. People do not use only 10% of their brains. Brain imaging studies show that various parts of the brain are active during different tasks. The Loch Ness Monster is not a real creature. It is a legendary phenomenon that has captured public interest, but there is no scientific evidence confirming its existence. Vikings did not wear horn helmets. Their helmets were simple and functional without horns. The popular image of horn helmets likely stems from artistic interpretations in the 19th century. Goldfish do not have a memory span of only a few seconds. They can remember things for several months. Twinkling stars are not due to stars blinking on and off. It's caused by Earth's atmosphere. The twinkling effect is caused by the refraction of starlight through layers of moving air. Napoleon Bonaparte was not unusually short. He was of average height for his time, standing at about 5 feet 7 inches tall. This height was typical for a Frenchman in the early 19th century. A short myth likely stems from British propaganda and the misinterpretation of his French height as shorter in British units. Blood is not blue inside your body. It's always red, but it can appear blue through the skin due to light scattering. Veins appear blue due to the way light interacts with skin and blood vessels. The concept of heat lightning being different from regular lightning is a myth. Heat lightning is simply lightning that's too far away to hear the thunder. Genes do not determine race. Humans share 99.9% of their genes with each other, and genetic diversity is vast within groups. Water does not conduct electricity. It's the impurities in water that conduct electricity. Pure water is actually an insulator. Lightning does not only strike from the sky downwards, it can also strike upwards from tall objects. This type of lightning, known as upward lightning, occurs during thunderstorms. The construction of the pyramids of Giza was not accomplished with slave labor. Historical evidence suggests they were built by a well-compensated workforce of laborers and paid handsomely in beer. Adding salt to water makes only a negligible difference in boiling time. The amount typically used in cooking is not enough to significantly alter the boiling point. Bigfoot, also known as Sasquatch, does not exist. Many reported sightings and physical traces like footprints have been conclusively identified as hoaxes or misidentified natural occurrences. The myth that sugar makes children hyperactive is misleading. Studies have debunked the sugar high theory. You don't lose most of your body heat through your head. Heat loss occurs evenly from all parts of the body. The misconception likely arose from studies where subjects were bundled up except for their heads, leading to misleading conclusions. The Colosseum was not exclusively a venue for gladiator battles. It hosted a variety of events including mock sea battles, animal hunts, and gladiator contests. The claim that Santa Claus was solely a creation of Coca-Cola for advertising purposes is not true. The character had already become established in American popular culture before Coca-Cola's campaigns. The idea that crossing your eyes will make them stay that way is not true. Eye muscles control eye movement, and crossing them temporarily won't cause permanent changes. Cinco de Mayo is not Mexican Independence Day. It commemorates the Battle of Puebla, with Independence Day being on September 16th. The idea that Mount Everest is the tallest mountain on Earth from base to summit is inaccurate. Hawaii's Mauna Kea is taller when measured from its base, submerged under the sea. People who lived during the Middle Ages did not universally believe the Earth was flat. Educated people knew it was round. The signing of the Declaration of Independence did not occur on July 4, 1776. Instead, it took place over several weeks, with most delegates signing the document on August 2, 1776. Additionally, the last signature wasn't added until several years later. The Spanish flu did not originate in Spain. Spain's neutrality during World War I allowed reporting on the flu without wartime censorship, leading to this misconception. The concept of witches flying on brooms did not stem from widespread belief among those accused of witchcraft. It originated from folklore and has evolved symbolically over time. The cause of the Great Chicago Fire remains unknown. The story that Mrs. O'Leary's cow kicked over a lantern to start the blaze is a popular myth and lacks historical evidence. It does not take 7 years to digest chewing gum. It passes through your system without being digested. Ostriches do not bury their heads in the sand when scared. They lie flat and blend in with the ground. This behavior is a defensive mechanism to make them less visible to predators. Lightning can strike the same place twice, contrary to the saying. The 1939 film The Wizard of Oz was not the first film in color. Kinema color, the first successful color process, was used starting in 1909. And the first Technicolor process debuted in 1917. The Sahara Desert isn't the world's largest desert. Antarctica is considered the largest desert defined by low precipitation levels, not by temperature. Turkey meat is not particularly high in tryptophan and does not cause more drowsiness than other foods. Drowsiness after holiday meals such as Thanksgiving dinner generally comes from overeating. The Earth is not a perfect sphere. It's an oblate spheroid flattened at the poles. The idea that going out with wet hair in cold weather causes colds is not true. Colds are caused by viruses, not by external temperature. George Washington Carver was not the inventor of peanut butter. Peanut butter was used by the Aztecs and Incans as early as the 15th century. Sushi doesn't mean raw fish in Japanese. It actually refers to vinegared rice, often accompanied by various ingredients, including raw fish. Ancient Greek and Roman sculptures were originally painted with colors. They appear white today only because the original pigments have deteriorated. Some well-preserved statues still bear traces of their original coloration. Twinkies do not have an indefinite shelf life. They typically last about 45 days. Contrary to popular belief, these snack cakes are not designed to remain edible for decades and usually stay on store shelves for only 7 to 10 days. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications.